Howdy there, Rancheros. I'll do a quick review on the Mobius Wrist Brace. Now these are marketed for dirt bike racers and riders, I guess enduro. That's basically where I found them. I do have the Mobius knee braces and stumbled upon these. But I think they're really a good option for, a lot of these older riders, adventure riders I'm talking about, who have some wrist issues. So I have an underlying health issue where my wrists have arthritis in my wrist occasionally, and sometimes the pain can be pretty crazy. So I used to use deadlifting wraps, and I tried some other braces, some cheap braces I found in the store, but nothing seemed to work. And then I saw these. From the reviews, they seem to work pretty good, and they do. They've got a couple of issues. So this is basically how it works. So you put your glove on. This is the biggest pain, is the actual putting of it on. You can actually, undo this. I find it goes a little bit smoother if you don't undo this back strap. So it goes on like this. Because I think these are designed for motocross riders in mind with their jerseys. Wearing a jacket with this, especially adventure jackets that are big and burly, it's not the most comfortable thing. You have to do a little bit of finagling to get it to work right. Once it's tight, then you've got the BOA, and this is like the key about why this thing is so much better than everything else that I see on the market. Because you can control how much tension you want on your wrist with the BOA system. I usually put it pretty tight because when I do have the pain, it's pretty bad, and if I'm off-road is when I use them most. I rarely use them just in the street. And I should also note that there is no hindrance whatsoever in terms of obstruction of the throttle. You can turn the throttle, use the brakes with no issues at all. The only issue, like I said, is taking them off. To take your glove off can be a little bit of a pain. If you're not going to take your glove off, it's fine, but they got to figure out how to get that bottom wrist piece to release with the BOA. They have several different of these straps that go in the front that you can take off. This thing right here, this piece. So there's one that just has the middle finger one, and then there's this one that has the forefinger and the ring finger, which is what I like. It just seems more comfortable to me. And then to take it off, you pop this little button here, and it releases the BOA, which releases this. Then you just do this, and you can take it off. Somehow they could figure out how to incorporate the BOA into the wrist area, where they wouldn't have this separate wrist. I think it would be fantastic. A good design, and it gives you a lot of stabilization. So sometimes you don't really need it to be super tight. You can just loosen up the BOA. That's the good thing about it. And then you can really jack it down when you want to. Like when you're in really rough sections, off-road, bumpy sections, continuously, it takes a toll. I've seen a video out there with this kid, torture test I think it's called. Anyway, he's a young kid and he's got arthritis. And you think of constantly that pressure. I used to be a boxer when I was younger. I took a lot of, hits to my wrists, and so these really do help. I really highly suggest them. Again, they're a little expensive, but when you get older and you have the money, you don't really give a crap. Whatever makes you be able to be out there and enjoy your time without being in pain. Now these you don't need to get right or left, or you can use them for either left or right. I got both, but you can swap them left or right, not a big deal. I have these Climb gloves that I love. I mean, these are great gloves. Really perforated for the hot desert riding, and I feel that they work pretty good with this. Now, the way that they're designed, they're just better with the skinnier gloves, like dirt bike dudes. Racers have kind of really thin gloves like this with the fingers, and this works. It's even more comfortable. I find that this is about the thickest glove, where this thing is comfortable. I've used it in the wintertime with my Alpine Stars gloves, and it works, but it's just a little bit thicker because you got all the, that carbon fiber plastic on the knuckles and stuff, so it stretches a little bit. But it does work, but not as comfortable. So yeah, that's about it. I hope this helped for you guys out there that are having some wrist issues. I'm not even going to go there, because it really does help. Okay, peace out.